Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 6월 6일 현충일, 목요일, Morning Special. 저는 최수진입니다. It's a day of remembrance and tribute. It's the day when we honor those who are gone but never forgotten. We remember, on this day, June 6th, the sacrifices of countless men and women whose lost lives set the foundations of our nation. 대한민국의 이름으로 당신을 기억합니다. 제64회 현충일 추념식이 오늘 오전 10시 국립서울현충원에서 거행된다고 합니다. 국가유공자와 유족, 시민, 학생 등 만여 명이 참석하는 이번 현충일 추념식에는 해외에 안장돼 있다가 최근 국내로 봉환된 전사자 유가족 등 6.25 전사자 유가족들도 함께 한다고 합니다. 오늘 오전 10시 전국적으로 울리는 사이렌 소리에 맞춰 추모, 묵념을 하는 현충일 추모식. 청취자 여러분들도 그 고마움과 경건함을 함께 하시길 바랍니다. With that in mind, let me give you a quiz question. On this day, we commemorate the lives that were lost in war. Today is known as this day. 1번 Memory Day, 2번 Memorial Day. 오늘도 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 여러분의 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드리겠습니다. 또 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자는 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. Okay then, let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
From now on, those who have been disciplined for their misconduct in so-called 갑질 acts are expected to have their names, related acts, and agencies revealed to the public.
앞으로 이른바 갑질 행위로 징계를 받은 공직자는 그 이름과 소속 기관이 공개될 전망입니다.
The government will designate 14 cities in total as special management zones for African swine fever in order to prevent the epidemic from entering the country.
정부가 아프리카 돼지열병 국내 유입을 막기 위한 특별 관리 지역을 기존 10곳에서 14곳으로 확대하기로 했습니다.
Some 100 people have died in Sudan following clashes between paramilitary forces and pro-democracy protesters.
지난 3일 발생한 수단 군부의 시위대 폭력 진압 사태 사망자가 100여 명으로 늘어났습니다.
Chinese regulators have fined Ford's main joint venture in the country for violating antitrust laws.
중국 정부가 미국 자동차 기업 포드의 중국 합작 법인에 대해 독점법 위반 혐의로 거액의 벌금을 부과했습니다.
Greece has demanded that Germany pays hundreds of billions of euros in World War I and II reparations.
그리스가 독일 정부에 2차 대전 당시 그리스에 입힌 피해를 배상하기 위한 협상에 응할 것을 요구했습니다.
LA Dodgers Yoo Hyun-jin collects 9th win in another scoreless start.
메이저리그 LA 저저스 류현진 선수가 시즌 9승 달성에 성공했습니다. Walter 선생님 is in the studio with these stories and more. Good morning.
Good morning to you as well, and of course, as always, a good morning to our listeners and viewers out there. If anyone is enjoying the day off, which I'm sure most people are because of the special nature of today, I hope they're enjoying it. But even if they're not, if some people are working like us, I hope they find the time to commemorate the significance of today, be it a visit to the war memorial, as you and Alex talked about yesterday, just looking up some information online, perhaps.
Right.
Lots of great government sites have information about today, or even at the very least, just sparing a quiet moment of reflection.
And right after our show at 10 a.m. on the dot,
Yes.
a siren will go off nationwide for 1 minute. And during that 1 minute, we will pay respects and, just think about those that passed away.
Absolutely. I think that's at the very least what we can do today.
네, 알겠습니다. 이따가 우리 방송 끝날 때쯤이죠. 10시 끝나고 나서 10시에 1분 동안 또 묵념하는 시간 모두 가졌으면 좋겠습니다. 자, 헤드라인 한번 살펴볼게요.
Headline number 1. From now on, those who have been disciplined for their misconduct in so-called 갑질 acts are expected to have their names, related acts, and agencies revealed to the public.
앞으로 이른바 갑질 행위로 징계를 받은 공직자는 그 이름과 소속 기관이 공개될 전망입니다.
So this announcement from the government is part of a rather comprehensive plan focusing on the government itself, as well as other social institutions, schools of various levels, and the like. In addition to the so-called measures announced in the headline, the government will also evaluate what it calls awareness of power abuse, I think their term for 갑질, and a sense of mutual respect and consideration during interview tests when hiring officials and employees of public organizations. They will also plan to reflect the perception related to 갑질 in evaluations when it comes to promotions of civil servants as well.
네, 최근에 한 재외공관장이 부하 직원들에게 폭언을 한 사실이 적발되면서 나온 추가 대책인데요. 이뿐만 아니라 비슷한 뉴스가 최근에 좀 많이 들렸습니다. 그래서 정부는 이제 어제 이 같은 내용을 포함한 갑질 근절 추진 방안을 확정했는데요. 헤드라인에서 말씀드린 대로 앞으로는 갑질로 인해서 징계를 받았을 경우 실명이 공개가 되는 것입니다.
And as I mentioned also, they are looking at other areas, not just at the government itself, but the private sector as well as schools. In relation to the private sector, the government plans to develop and distribute a so-called guide to prevent bullying in the workplace. And it will also start a prevention and response system to prevent bullying in the workplace, again, in the private sector. Looking at schools, the government will strengthen what it calls 갑질 eradication education, and that would be in elementary, middle, and high schools. They are also looking to provide a 갑질 response education system targeting graduate students to prevent 갑질 cases at universities.
네, 추가 대책으로는 이제 학교에서 어릴 때부터 상호 존중하고 배려하는 습관이 몸에 뵐 수 있도록 교육과정 개편을 통해서 갑질 근절 교육을 강화할 계획입니다. Alright, let's go on to headline number 2.
The government will designate 14 cities in total as special management zones for African swine fever in order to prevent the epidemic from entering the country.
정부가 아프리카 돼지열병 국내 유입을 막기 위한 특별 관리 지역을 기존 10곳에서 14곳으로 확대하기로 했습니다.
This is also quite a comprehensive approach to the matter because we have heard, of course, the large cases of this incidence in China. There have been reports that we've talked about, of course, now in North Korea as well. So very much is being done to prevent this from coming into South Korea. An example of what's being done is the special zones, which will house control towers that will monitor the disease and sterilization facilities. In addition, 4 more cities have been added to the list of what was 10 cities and counties designated last week as these special zones. The new 4 cities are all in Gyeonggi province. It's Goyang, Yangju, Pocheon, and Dongducheon.
네, 이 4곳이 추가된 것은요. 야생 멧돼지의 이동 거리를 고려해서 이렇게 특별관리 지역 대상에 넣은 것입니다. 보통 멧돼지가 하루에 최대 15km를 갈 수 있다고 합니다. 그것을 감안했을 때 경기도에 말씀해 주신 고양, 양주, 포천, 동두천이 추가가 됐고요. 기존의 10곳은 강화, 옹진, 김포, 파주, 연천, 철원, 화천, 양구, 인제, 그리고 고성입니다.
Now, to give a bit more detail about what exactly is entailed at these so-called special management zones, they will be equipped with what are called situation rooms, control outposts, as well as fumigation facilities.
Right.
In addition, pigs bred at farms within these zones will receive serum tests to confirm possible infections.
네, 이렇게 특별 관리 지역으로 지정이 된 곳에서는요. 아프리카 돼지열병 상황실이 운영되고요. 통제 초소가 설치되고 또 거점 소독 시설이 운영됩니다. 뿐만 아니라 관리 지역 안에 있는 모든 양돈 농가에서는 이제 감염 여부를 확인하기 위한 혈청 검사가 이뤄집니다. Let's go on to headline number 3.
Some 100 people have died in Sudan following clashes between paramilitary forces and pro-democracy protesters.
지난 3일 발생한 수단 군부의 시위대 폭력 진압 사태로 인한 사망자가 100여 명으로 늘어났습니다.
Well, this does pick up somewhat on a story that we talked about recently in the city of Khartoum there, where originally 60 people were said to have been killed. However, now, according to an organization that calls itself the Sudan Doctors Committee, that number now stands at 100 as they've found at least 40 more bodies that had been retrieved from a river there and were said to have been disposed of by security forces.
It seems to have been some sort of a cover-up in terms of the number of dead bodies. 아프리카 북동부의 지역이죠. 수단의 야권은요. 오늘 우리 시간으로 오늘 새벽 이같이 밝혔습니다. 군부의 무력 진압으로 인한 시위대 사망자가 기존의 60명이 아니라 이제 101명이다. 어떻게 이렇게 숫자가 늘어났는지는 이제 설명이 돼 있는데요. 수단의 수도 카르툼의 나일강에서 시신 약 49 정도가 수습됐다고 합니다. 이 시신들은 이제 군인들에게 살해된 이들로 추정이 되고요. 아마도 숫자를 조금 줄이기 위한 그런 행동이 아니었나 그렇게 분석이 되고 있습니다.
Indeed, that's true, and we're also expecting the death toll to increase further as many of the protesters who've been caught in the violence are still unaccounted for. They are still at large. If we look at who is responsible for the killings, well, again, according to the Sudan Doctors Committee, an organization called the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, those are paramilitaries armed and organized by the former dictator Omar al-Bashir. They are the ones said to have been blamed for these killings.
네, 지난 4월 수단 군부는요 30년 동안 통치한 독재자 오마르 알바시르 전 대통령을 권좌에서 축출했습니다. 그러고 나서 이제 2달 만에 일어난 최악의 유혈 사태인데요. 국제사회는 이번 유혈 사태에 대해서 깊은 우려를 나타내고 있습니다. Alright, moving on, let's go on to headline number 4.
Chinese regulators have fined Ford's main joint venture in the country for violating antitrust laws.
중국 정부가 미국 자동차 기업 포드의 중국 합작 법인에 대해 독점법 위반 혐의로 거액의 벌금을 부과했습니다.
So, of course, I think significant to this story is that Ford, although this is a joint venture in China, which is half owned by Ford, exactly 50%, and half owned by a local concern, Ford is one of the so-called big three American car companies. And of course, we've been talking very much about the tenuous relationship these days between, at least economically, China and the U.S. If we look specifically at the amount of this fine, it's said to be approximately 24 million US dollars. To put that into context, that is said to be approximately 4% of the company's sales in the region. The regulators claim that Ford's actions had deprived what they call downstream dealers of pricing autonomy, restricted competition, and damaged the legitimate interest of consumers. Overall, the regulators said that Ford had been setting minimal resale prices on its cars.
Right. Chinese regulators you're talking about here, obviously.
Yes, sorry. Thank you.
And of course, China is saying that this is a separate issue to the trade war, but that's not what experts are seeing. 중국 정부는요, 공식적으로는 이번 사안을 미국과의 갈등 국면과 연계시키지는 않았습니다. 하지만 외신과 많은 전문가들은 관련이 있다고 보고 있고요. 블룸버그 통신은 포드에 대한 벌금 부과 조처를 두고 미중 갈등이 격화하고 있는 가운데 나온 중국의 가장 최근의 행동이다라고 지적을 했습니다. 이렇게 미중 갈등이 날로 격화하고 있는 가운데 중국이 과거 사드 고고도 미사일 방어체계 배치 후 한국 기업에 그랬던 것처럼 여러 가지 행정수단을 동원해서 미국 기업을 압박하는 게 아니냐 이런 분석이 나오고 있습니다.
And if we take a look at Ford's response, their response has been overall positive, I guess one could say. They did say that they respect the market regulator's decision. They went on to issue a statement saying that Ford has taken corrective action in its regional sales management together with its dealers, and that as an ethical company, they are committed to complying with all local laws.
이번 벌금 부과만 놓고 보면은요, 사실 그 규모가 엄청나지는 않습니다. 포드차 전체 사업 규모와 비교를 했을 때는 작다고도 볼 수 있어요. 하지만 그 의미를 들여다봤을 때 중국 정부가 이제 소위 미국 기업 때리기를 하는 것이 아니냐. 그렇다 그러면은 앞으로 본격화되는 이런 모습에서는 이제 굉장히 많은 피해를 볼 수 있다라고 전문가들은 보고 있습니다. 실제로 중국 내 미국 기업들은 이미 중국 정부의 움직임에 예사롭지 않다라는 반응을 보이고 있습니다. Let's go on to headline number 5.
Greece has demanded that Germany pays hundreds of billions of euros in World War I and II reparations.
그리스가 독일 정부의 2차 대전 당시 그리스에 입힌 피해를 배상하기 위한 협상에 응할 것을 요구했습니다.
Well, as will also be the case, I believe, in one of our news focus stories, the timing of this is somewhat significant as it comes just before an election. So this announcement in Greece comes ahead of early elections next month, I believe scheduled for July 7th.
Yep.
So many people, of course, are saying that that is significant to the announcement because the party, having made this announcement for Germany to pay these hundreds of billions of euros, is perhaps expected to lose that election. So many people saying that they are using this as a ploy to try to bolster their position and again woo more voters. We can talk about Berlin's response in just a moment.
네, 일부에서는 뭐 좀 political tactic으로 좀 보는 것 같기도 합니다. 왜냐면 다음 달 7일 조기 총선이 치러지거든요. 근데 어쨌거나 지금 팩트만 보자면은 그리스가 독일 정부의 2차 대전 당시 그리스에 입힌 피해를 배상하기 위한 협상에 응해라 이렇게 요구를 하고 있습니다. 그리스와 독일의 역사를 좀 간단히 한번 살펴볼까요? Germany has actually paid a hefty sum of money to Greece.
Yes, I can talk about that as part of Berlin or Germany's response to the allegations from Greece. The direct response came on Wednesday, June 5th, local time, where Germany said that it had already settled the issue some decades ago. You could, I think, describe Berlin's response as tactful. They said that they recognize the moral responsibility. They seek dialogue with Greece and a common culture of remembrance. However, again, it does consider the payment issue closed because there was quite a substantial loan made to Greece some time ago.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And it's then that Germany feels that this matter has been settled.
네, 독일 정부는요, 그리스에 이미 1960년에 1억 마르크, 그러니까 지금 가치로 환산을 하자면은 한 3천억 원을 지불했습니다. 그래서 이제 배상 문제가 일단락됐다라는 게 베를린의 입장이고요. 독일 외무부 대변인은 그럼에도 불구하고 이 공식 통지문을 받았다. 우리가 내용을 살펴보고 있다라고 밝혔습니다. Alright, and let's go on to our final headline.
Headline number 6 this morning takes us to the world of sports. LA Dodgers' Ryu Hyun-jin collects 9th win in another scoreless start.
네, 메이저리그 LA 다저스의 류현진 선수가 시즌 9승 달성에 성공했습니다.
Well, pitcher Ryu has been having, I think, a phenomenal few weeks, if not the last month or more. This recent win that he has collected was a scoreless start, meaning that the other team did not score any runs. And so in winning that game, the Dodgers did eventually win the game 9-0 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. In that win, the pitcher Ryu Hyun-jin had just 3 hits given to the other team, which is a very low number.
Right.
Also, if we look at his overall record of wins and losses, that now stands at 9 wins and 1 loss. He also lowered something called his ERA. That's the earned run average. Any baseball fans will know that, but for people who are learning the sport, ERA means earned run average. He lowered that from 1.48 down to 1.35. And if you know that history of ERA in baseball, that is a significantly low number.
네. 시즌 평균 자책을 1.48에서 1.35로 낮췄고요. 동료들의 실책에도 불구하고 굉장히 침착하게 9승을 달성했습니다. 다저스가 말씀해 주신 대로 9대0 완승을 거두면서 류현진 선수도 시즌 9승을 챙겼습니다.
And very, very quickly, because it's significant as well, Ryu himself actually got a hit in that game. And for people who follow baseball, usually the pitchers are not the best hitters, so anytime they do get a hit, that's significant.
There you go. I understand the wife was there to cheer him on
Well,
as
maybe
well.
that helped.
That was very nice of her. 배현진 아나운서도 그 관중석에 앉아서 남편 응원하는 모습이 인상적이었습니다. Well, those were our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Well, our quiz today, of course, is very appropriate given the day. It's also a little bit tricky with the answer responses, so please listen carefully. On this day, we commemorate the lives that were lost in war. Today is known as this day. Is it number 1, Memory Day, or number 2, Memorial Day?
현충일을 뜻하는 단어 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 1부에서는 추첨을 통해 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드리겠습니다. And if you'd like to check the headlines once again, go to our website. We have just the headlines for you to re-listen to. All right, let's listen to a song. And when we come back, we have News Focus. Our song is Berlin, Take My Breath Away.